Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, let's see what kind of missiles and what kind of rockets and drones Iran used or Iran used against Israel or to attack Israel. There were about 350 drones, missiles, and rockets launched at Israel yesterday morning. So Iran media confirms that Iran used hypersonic missiles. The Americans claim that they downed about 3 of them. Iran said, well, we sent more than 3. Iran said none of them was downed. And we have another article where Iran media tells us what kind of weapons they used. All right, so let's start with the first article coming from Sputnik. And here is the first title. Iranian media confirms use of unstoppable hypersonic missiles in Israel. What's that? That's the word over here. Counter-strike. Tehran fired dozens of ballistic and cruise missiles and hundreds of drones at Israel Saturday night. In response, they say, to an April 1 airstrike, Israeli strike on the Iranian embassy compound in Damascus, Syria. The IDF, Israel Defense Forces, declared that 99% of the projectiles were shot down and that the Iranian attack failed. Iran said it achieved its strategic objectives. Now, you see here 99%. Let me show you this. At least 9 Iranian missiles hit targeted Israeli air bases. All right, so these guys say 2 out of 350. They say 99 out of 350 were downed, which would not add to at least 9. So anyway, we know they all lie, but let's see who lies more. Were shot down, and that Iranian attack failed. Iran said it achieved its strategic objectives. The Islamic Republic used hypersonic missiles during the Operation True Promise missile and drone barrage against Israel, with all of them hitting their targets after evading Israel's air and missile defenses. All of them being the missiles and drones, or just the hypersonic, because I know that not all hit targets and some of them were blown up in the air. That's according to a press TV report citing information. So I think that hypersonic missiles, some of them were not downed, maybe all of them, I don't know. I don't think all of them were downed. And obviously, according to the videos I watched, and not only, drones and some missiles were blown up in the air. The Iran news agency and broadcaster did not elaborate on these details on the missile which were used. Don't worry, I'm going to show you this article from Russia Today, 15th of April. Iranian media names weapons used to strike Israel, video and photos. We're not going to play videos on YouTube because YouTube tells us that we should know better. So we have here that it says here, told that the information that Iran had fired its new Fattah 2 hypersonic missiles in Saturday's night strike. The Fattah 2, literally Conqueror 2 or Victory Giver 2, is a liquid-fueled hypersonic missile unveiled in November 2023 with a declared range of up to 1,500 kilometers, so it's about 900 miles, a 450-kilogram warhead. So if you want to do that in pound, multiply it by 2 and a little bit, so about, let's say, 1,000-pound warhead, and the ability to maneuver in flight. It is one of 2 hypersonic missiles in Iran's arsenal, with the other being the Fattah 1, a solid fuel, maneuverable hypersonic missile with a 1,400 kilometer range, so a little bit shorter, and 350 to 450 kilogram payload, and the reported ability to accelerate to speeds of Mach 13, 15 in the terminal stage. All right, so that means they are very fast. Yeah, okay, these guys work for America full time. Jesus Christ. So this is one article, but here we find out that Israel spent, according to these guys, 1.3 billion worth of air defense interceptors missiles to shoot down Iranian projectiles. And who paid for that? Do you own a mirror? No. Okay. New info on weapons used. So they said Shahed 136 kamikaze drones were used in the assault. These UAVs have a 2,500 kilometer range, a 185 kilometer flight speed, and 50 kilograms of explosives on board. So translated, this is about 1,000, let's say 500 miles, or maybe more, a little bit. Range 180 kilometer flight speed. Again, that is let's say 110 miles per hour, and 50 kilogram, that's about 150 pound load explosive. The report further indicated that EMAD missile, which are liquid fueled, have a 1,700 kilometer range, that's 1,000 and some miles, which is 1,100, let's say, not even 1,060 if you want to be correct, miles. 750 kilogram payload, again multiply by 2 to find out it's 1,500 pounds, and 10 to 50 meter circular error probable were used. So that is the radius of error could be 10 to 50 meters. Now you want to be in feet, multiplied by 3, so between 3 and 150 feet error. 30 cruise missiles, including a Paveh, a turbojet engine powered smart missile with a 1,650 kilometer range, 1,000 mile, and the ability to change course mid-flight, and the Soumar, a little known cruise missile with a range of at least 1,500 kilometers and an unknown payload, are also said to have been deployed. All right, operational failure or operational success. Despite assurances by the Israel Defense Forces that some 99% of the drones and missiles used by Iran's attack had been neutralized with help of US, UK, France, and Jordan, further reports for the US-Israeli media Sunday and Monday confirmed aspects of Iranians' official statements about the strike's objectives and effectiveness. Remember, this one comes from ABC News, so it's not from this guy's blah, 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 where is it? Right here, ABC News. So here it is. A senior, I didn't read the article, obviously. Why? Easy. A senior U.S. official told ABC News Saturday that at least 9 Iranian missiles hit 2 Israeli air bases, with 5 missiles damaging infrastructure, including a C-130 military transport plane, runway and storage facilities. Again, it says the Iranian Armed Forces Chiefs of Staff said a briefing earlier Saturday that Iran's strike had concentrated of the Nevatim air base, which he said hosted the F-35 planes that were used for targeting our consulate in Damascus, end quote, and the intelligence gathering facility in Papapap. Both these centers were destroyed to a considerable extent and became inactive, Iranians say. Bagheri said, adding that Israel's missile shield had proven incapable of blunting the attack. Well, they did, but they didn't. I mean, success, and it depends how you look at it, obviously. So let's look at this article, which is a little bit clearer, I guess. The attack reported relied heavily on Shahed 136 drones and several types of advanced long-range missiles. So according to the Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, Tehran's powerful attack on Israel involved 170 drones and more than 30 cruise missiles and more than 120 ballistic missiles. So they will get to what, 220. I'm sorry, 320. The strikes came in retaliation. Papi, poop, 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 poop. Okay, let's see. It says that the outlet, along with these agencies, said air attack involved dozens of kamikaze drones. The aircraft, which is also characterized by loitering munition, it has a range of 2,000 kilometers and a load of 50 kilograms. The drone, so that's the drone, and I'm not going to play the video here because free world, free country. This is an Iranian missile, Khorramshahr Shekan, and it says that Tehran launched several Fattah Hypersonic missiles, one of its most advanced systems, which have a range of, I will already covered that one, and this is the Fattah, the hypersonic missile here. Fattah 2 hypersonic missile. It says that Israel used Khorramshahr 4 missiles with a range of 2,000 kilometers and a payload of 1,500 kilograms. That's a lot. That's a ton and a half. That is, man, that is at least 3,000 pounds. Meanwhile, Fabian Hinz, an expert in Iran military at the International Institute for Strategic Studies in Berlin, argued that the strike also included Paveh 351 cruise missiles with a range of 1,650 kilometers. The New York Times reported the weapons used by Iran in the attack were much faster and more precise than those used by the Palestinian movement of Hamas. Of course, those guys have, which often relies on inaccurate missile made of inferior materials. Right here, West Jerusalem insists that 99% of incoming targets were shot down. So, this is, as of now, a summary of what kind of weapons Iran used. And as you saw, ABC News said that at least 9 missiles, Iranian missiles, hit targets. Minor damages, but the Iranians claim, no, actually we destroyed 2 airfields. Time will tell. Time will tell. Right now, they just give us little by little to make the narrative, to put together the narrative. And these guys have their narrative, the other guys have their narrative, they all have their narrative. We're going to find out something close to the truth in a few years. I mean, more accurate, let's put it this way. Everything that these guys say have some truth in it. But there is exaggerations, and omissions, or straight lies. I don't know yet which those lies are. I think one of them is the 99%. I don't believe that. I mean, I saw videos, and no. And I also have some knowledge in the matter, and no, 99%. That's 99% of, let's say, 320, as this guy said here. Let's give them 350, is 4 missiles. 3 missiles, not missiles. 3 targets. 3 air coming something out of 300, let's say 50. 3 to 4. Do you think that's it? I'll go and watch some videos. Go and watch some videos and you tell me. Yeah, some of them were blown in the air. I saw that one too. Many of these videos I can't confirm they were from that exact attack or that particular location. I can't. I know. If I show you now a video from, let's say, the town I live, and I tell you it's a different town, how can you verify that? It's hard. You go to Google Maps, you try to see the streets, the location, even though it's going to be hard because you're not going to know exactly where I have the videos from. Unless you really live in the area to know that neighborhood, you would never know if I tell you that's a city and actually it's the other one. How are you going to verify? You will never be able. Not never. You have to put years in order to figure it out. Especially if I say use a name as Chicago or I don't know, Philadelphia or a town that has, I don't know, it's a big town. The same if I go in the woods and I tell you I'm in let's say Ukraine right now, you can't verify that. I mean, you can look around and say, well, let me see, but no. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.